Hi, everybody. I'm here. Little late. I was on live over on Instagram, and so here I am. Hey, beauty is me. Hey, Harlem. Hey, Alberta. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. We're gonna get started. Remember, you guys, as you come in to hit the like button, don't forget to hit the like. It's free, and thank you for supporting the channel. Excuse me. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and become a member. So don't do either or. Let's do both, all three. Subscribe, hit the like, and become a member because it's lit over here, y'all. So anyway, how's everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Thank y'all for the ones that did come to Instagram live for our video. He was having some issues, couldn't really see him, but he is an amazing artist, doing a lot of big things. So I was glad to be able to talk to him and catch up with him again. So thank y'all for understanding me getting here just a little bit late, but we here, and we got some things to talk about. So I'll give people a few more minutes to get in and to hit the like button. And hello, Montana, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to also put the link in the chat. So you guys, as we say every night, we will put the link in the chat as long as we keep it respectful. We don't always agree, but we can talk as adults and just give our opinions either way. So as long as we do that, we're dropping the link. I have dropped it in the chat so you can come on up. We're going to be talking about Shannon Sharpe. We're going to be talking about Christian Combs, and we're going to be talking about Pdiddy and Donald Trump and whoever else needs to be talked about tonight. So come on in. I'll give them about 15 more seconds, 30 more seconds, and we can just jump right in. Whoops. Boy, I'd be so excited to come to YouTube. I was like, okay, because like he had gotten in and he got messed up. He like his internet was messing up, which I get it because mine was too. But I was like, come on, I got somewhere to be. But I'm excited about him and to speak to him though. But I was trying to get over here. Trying to get over here to my peeps. Haven't talked to Gray in a minute. Wonder where Miss Gray is. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. What? Hold on, y'all. Just got a message. Let me see what it's saying. What is it? Oh. Huh. Okay. All right. So let me see. What y'all hear? What is Montana talking about tonight? Oh, if he got enough sleep in. Yeah. All right. So you guys, again, it's 9 people in the chat. If you would please hit the like button, I would appreciate that. Make sure that we're caught up on that. I think there's a place where you can hit the hearts too, and it helps the algorithm. So if you will hit the hearts for us, I would appreciate that too. Anyway, let's start out with Shannon Sharpe. So Shannon Sharpe has gotten fired. ESPN has cut all ties with Shannon Sharpe. I don't know if he saw this coming, if they had a conversation about it. Last time we checked on his page, I think Mims checked on his page as well. I went out and checked, and I hadn't seen a response or anything about it. But ESPN has cut ties with Shannon Sharpe. Now, here's my thing about that and about all the settling and doing all these things, right? Even though it was consensual, supposedly being consensual, when they settle like that for that amount of money, allegedly $23 million, it make even if he's not guilty, it makes him look guilty. I said this before, and I asked the question, like, Is he guilty, or does he just need to settle because of business ventures that he have, like ESPN, like other things? He had $100 million deal on the table, and when that came out, like that kind of went away. And so I was listening to another podcast before I had went live, and she was saying, listen, y'all, we always want to say they're just trying to take the black man down. They just trying to, take all the black men down. But did the black men think about their actions before it came to this? And so that's what I want to talk about. Like, what do you guys think? Like, do you think that he went ahead and settled because he needed to move on and he needed to get on with his partnerships and his ventures and his businesses? Or do you think that he needed to settle because maybe there was some truth to what she was saying? I don't know. But it's always that they're advised behind closed doors to go ahead and settle so that, we can get past this and we won't have to make it look as bad. But the fact of the matter is, maybe he did settle with her, but there's another lawsuit with another woman with Shannon Sharpe. Do he settle with that woman? Like, how does this happen? What happens? What is the resolution to this? Because now I feel like ESPN cut ties because of that settlement, because they may think that it has some truth to it, and we don't have time for that over here on ESPN. We can't move and shake like that. So him and his lawyer had stupid written all on their forehead. And do you think it's because he settled? Or do you think he should have just fought it all the way? Let me just say this as an example. Jay-Z, there's a lot of things that's come up against Jay-Z. And he's like fighting everything that's coming at him lately. He's been fighting, and he seems to tend to be winning because I feel like if I'm telling the truth, so I'm gonna fight this thing, right? At what point do you fight it? Or what point do you say, listen, I'm just going to settle out? Like we have Tyler Perry looking at this lawsuit, and they're asking for a large amount of money. Does he fight it, or does he settle it because he's Tyler Perry and he can't afford for any of this to happen to him because his whole empire could be affected by these allegations and such, right? So like it's a catch-22, I think. Harlan says, but Shannon said he wasn't Jay-Z. He wasn't letting Busby get him. Right, but look, at the end of the day, look what has happened. You have lost. So I thought he was going to fight it a little harder than this, at least, right? So I was kind of shocked when they said Shannon Sharpe has settled with his accuser. And then all of a sudden it comes back. Shannon Sharpe, Shannon Sharpe has been, ESPN has cut all ties with Shannon Sharpe. Now, granted, Shannon Sharpe still has the Shannon Sharpe podcast. He still has some things going on. But I mean, ESPN is a big deal because when he stepped down from ESPN, he said, when this is all over and resolved, I will go back at the beginning of the NFL season. At this point, now there's no going back. Not because he chose to, but because they cut all ties with him. So it just kind of confusing, at what point do these people settle, or do they fight it? Because they have built these empires around them. They have built wealth for themselves and their families and everybody they take care of, but yet behind closed doors, doing things to compromise all of that, putting themselves in a position, right, to be sued for heinous crimes such as the R word, such as essays, such as, all of those bad things. And then you're saying now it's not true. They're just coming for a shakedown. This is just a shakedown. Don't worry. Just don't worry about it. Like, at this point, I don't know. And at this point, it feels like it's becoming the norm. Like, who's next to be sued? Who's the next person to be sued in this lawsuit? In a lawsuit that involves SA, even though it was consensual, right? SA, the R word, it's just almost like we're waiting every day for the next person. And it's crazy because these people that they're going after are billionaires or multimillionaires and literally have a lot to lose. So, right, Harlem, anybody's next. We just wonder who would be the next person. So it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when the next situation is going to come out. Right. So at this point, yes, Shannon Sharpe and ESPN no longer are in business together. Shannon Sharpe is no longer a part of ESPN, which is a huge chunk of money, right? That's a huge chunk. So while he does have the Shannon Sharpe podcast, the show that does really well, that's still taking a big chunk. And not that he can't survive, but it's still taking a big chunk out of what was coming in, the inflow, the monetary value of it, right? So somebody hit that link and come talk to me. Montana said he knew that this was going to happen. It was going to turn out like this. I'm going to be honest. I really just thought that because he voluntarily stepped down until it was taken care of, that he was going to, that he would have the opportunity to go back to ESPN if it was resolved. And it's resolved because you settled for a large amount of money. But like, does that mean that they're not going to look at you like that's going to be with you now when they see Shannon Sharpe? They see this man settled for a lawsuit against him of allegations of SA, emotional distress, and all of these things. That was horrible. Now she's talking about living her best life and young and going to retire off of his hard-earned money. What happened behind closed doors that makes you settle is my question. I just hate it. I hate it. I hate that it happens like this.
Hey, Faces.
Hey, Harlem. Welcome on. Welcome up to the stage. How's your
You
day?
funny. You said somebody hit that link and come talk to me.
Talk to me about it.
But you know, the thing that they were talking about too, they say that he's paid this girl all these millions of dollars. But when his daughter was getting married, she had a set budget of only like a few $1,000s for her wedding. But you
See,
okay giving her all of these millions of dollars.
and that's the problem for me. That's the problem I have with Shannon. That's your child. That's your blood, and you got it, right? You got it to give her because it's on the parents of the bride to give them their best for their day. It's their day, and she's on a budget. But yet, whatever
Right.
you're doing behind closed doors, you gave her 23, $22 million, however many millions, enough for her to retire. It's jacked up. So what goes around comes around. Like, I think that was so wrong on every level. On every level. Like, I have a budget of a couple of thousand. What? You Shannon Sharpe. And you got
Right.
it. It's not like she should have been able to say, Daddy, I want this, 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 and this, and this is how I want it, this is how I want it. And it should have been like done. But yet you so quick to settle to give this woman all these millions of dollars that did you wrong. That obviously this woman was in a consensual relationship with you in the beginning. Like, she followed you to Vegas. She was doing all the things that made us think it was consensual. She said it was consensual in the beginning. What happened? But she put you out here to ruin your career at ESPN, to ruin your oh, what word am I looking for? Just I don't know right now, but just to ruin who you are in your look, It-
His reputation.
yes, that's what I'm looking for. To ruin your reputation because obviously ESPN it's ruined with ESPN because now they think of you. Obviously, we're cutting ties with Shannon Sharpe, but your daughter can only get a couple of $1,000s for her wedding. Now you've done that. ESPN has cut ties, and there's another lawsuit, right? There's another lady.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you still got to fight that battle. Are you going to settle for $24 million, another 24 million? Like, do you guys think, like, is this a matter of now we and just be blatantly honest, is this a matter of tearing our black men down, or do they put compromise themselves to some level? There were friends. There was Cat Williams. There was Monique. There were people saying, "Stay away." Now, I'm not. I love all people, so I'm not prejudiced or anything. But if you look at it, and if you're honest, a young white girl, Caucasian girl, like they don't feel right already. I don't
But
know.
you know, for Shannon, I think he put himself in that predicament because I never kept up with Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
But you know, when he interviewed Monique, Monique said that he needed to stay away from the young girls. So obviously, it was a thing that was already known of him dealing with younger girls,
Exactly.
opposed to older women around his age or just older women. Because older women don't have that mindset, I don't think, as like a young girl in her 20s would have.
No, it's totally different. It's night and day.
Yeah,
We've been 20 before, right? We know. And it's not the same. I don't think the same as I did then. Like, ain't no telling what I did 20. Oh, you got some money. I don't know. But I don't, for me, with this girl, this particular girl, I feel like she followed him. She kept on. She had a plan. That's just me. And the reason I feel like that is because she followed him when he left. She was calling him. She was calling him just as much as he was calling her. She was doing the role play just as much as he was doing role play, right? But something just didn't feel right. But like you said, people were giving him a fair warning, and he was laughing it off when she was telling him. I feel like she was serious. Um, Monique was serious when she was saying it, right? But he was
right.
laughing it off. He didn't take it serious, and now he finds himself in this predicament. Now you are a celebrity, Shannon, and anything that like you don't get to live a private life. So anything you do is going to be splattered for the world to see, for your kids to see, just like with Diddy. But that's a whole nother story, right? So for me, and I mean, I hate the fact that we have to always say that we're trying to take down a black man. And there is that happening. Don't get me wrong, it's happening. But there's also a point where you have to say, listen, I've made it to this status. I'm at this status. I know I have money and I know I'm vulnerable to or I'm susceptible to lawsuits. So I gotta be careful how I move and shake. And so now you find yourself in this ended up like this. And so that is it is what it is. And that's not the end because there's somebody coming behind her. Almost have a feeling or I'm thinking, I'm wondering, like, is it somebody after this second one too? Like, is there more? Are there more women that are going to come out? Like, I don't know.
And
You know,
that's what I was thinking too, as to why ESPN may have let him go
right?
because it's this girl, it's the other lady. Who else is it?
What else is it? Because I mean, really, I felt like when he stepped down, that I was thinking possibly that when he stepped down, that they had a conversation. I have this going on. Let me fix that so we don't, let me get past that. And then by the time NFL come around, then I'll be ready to come back. This will be resolved. So did he know he was going to settle when I'm thinking he was going to fight this tooth and nail? I thought he was going to fight. Let me see. He said some of these black men freaky as H2 and is catching up with them. And it's true. Especially when, you talk about somebody that have a ton of money and they talk about, I think even Diddy kind of alluded to, like, what else is it to do? I've done everything I wanted to do in the world. I can still do what I want to do. And what else? So you start getting creative and getting the mind to do role play, do threesomes, do whatever you call yourself you are, yeah, and start doing ridiculous things and been doing it over so many years that it's just catching up. It's just catching up. People are figuring out that they can go and sue you. Even though it was 30 years ago, they're finding out that they can do it and they're doing it. And not only that, like, people are keeping receipts from way 30 years ago, 20 years ago. So you're right, Montana. It's just what goes around comes around. If things are not aligned, it'll just catch up with you, especially if you make no changes. Because this wasn't no 20, 30-year thing with him. This was like a recent situation.
Was recent. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is not like he was doing this. Ads on the you. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. So Beauty is Me says that although three men are getting jacked up in court, although these men are getting jacked up in court, but when are we going to hold females accountable? Men know they're too old, but these females also know they're too young to be in adult situations. So let's talk about that, because you're right. Like, then if you want to, like, right, Beauty is Me, right? If you want to put yourself in a position, in a grown woman's position, you think you that grown, then you handle what comes with it. As long as, but you have to say though, as long as you're not being, when you say no, no is no, right? Because you do have the right to say no. But if you're getting into these positions with these men, that these seasoned men that know what they're going, know what they're doing, then you better be prepared for it. As long as they're not assaulting you purposely or not violating you when you say no, then just you have to be held accountable as well. Which is, I feel like Jane Doe should be held accountable for the things that she did. Like, I feel like there were some she was victimized, but I feel like there were some things that, because at the end of her testimony made me think that she still loves him. And I'm just up here. She didn't really want to be up there. So, you gotta, everybody that plays the part has to be held accountable. So why does just the men, right? To your point, Beauty is Me, why does just the men have to pay for it? At what point do the women be held accountable? I agree to that. And I agree to it to the extent that if I'm saying no and you stop when I say no, I agree with that, then you have to be held accountable. Oh, well, thank you. You got to come back and continue to see us. I appreciate you being here. I knew I recognized the APZ. I recognize that. So it's a lot of people I don't remember. You have to remind me, but I remember you. And so thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It was one of my mods. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome, girl. Thanks for finding me. So anyway, that's how I feel. Anything else on Shannon other than we'll be watching to see, what's next, because he's got to deal with what's next.
Yeah, because like Beauty is saying, the women should be held accountable too. Because see, that's why I thought that Shannon was going to fight this, because of the fact that it seemed like some of it may have been consensual. Who knows what they had on them? But like when we discussed his lawsuit, we talked about when she first went to his house. I wouldn't have went in the house. You gonna open the door and just walk up the steps, and I'm supposed to follow you and lay in the bed and all of that and what have you? Like, girl, you should have left.
This is where, right? Back to Beauty's point, accountability. It didn't even feel right. But you gonna go on in, he gonna crack the door in, don't greet you, don't say come in, turn around and walk up the stairs. Now, was there a conversation before I got to your house? Like, did she know that this was the plan? It didn't feel like she knew, right? You come to the door, you invite me over, and you crack the door open, and I'm supposed to read your mind that I could come in. And then I'm supposed to follow you upstairs and just sit on your bed while you get butt naked and go into the shower. And then everything's supposed to go down. And at 4 o'clock,
Right.
get out. No. So again, that young-minded thing, right? Because I don't know, maybe some 50-year-olds do that, some 40-year-olds do that, would do it because he has the money. I don't know. But it didn't feel right. I would have left. And that would have been good. I would have been good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, because Shannon had some stuff with him, I believe. Because after Monique said that thing about him and the young girls, and then this lawsuit, like on his Club Shay Shay. Now he interviews all of these people, well known celebrities that are big in, whatever. Cat Williams, Steve Harvey, LL Cool J, and so on. But then you come along and you interview Amber Rose, what she did. And you interview Young Miami, what she did.
Yeah. What?
Young girls.
Young girls. And did you see the interview with Young Miami and how this was kind of a flirting thing?
They played her game, and her game is like a drinking game and whatever.
Yeah,
Like, what?
that's what turns him on, but that's what gets you in trouble, Shannon.
Right.
Like, wake up. Because at some point, like you giving up millions and millions of dollars, that's gonna come to the head. You ain't gonna have it. Because there's going to be partnerships that break. There's going to be people that walk away that is that's offering you tons of money. It's not even worth it. I almost said something. I ain't gonna say that. He said we in a life now where all these women get in BBLs and it's making these men vulnerable. But you don't. It's a BBL. It ain't even real. Don't get me started on it. But it's true. They looking good to them. They want to see what it's about. You curious, and it gets you in court. That's what it'll get you. But a woman can essay a man. He will never stop. Okay, but a woman can essay a man. He will never stop it. He will most likely engage and don't say nothing. But a woman will feel violated. Okay, I'm trying to understand. Make sure I understand. So if it happens to a man, he's never going to talk about it, right? But when it happens to a woman, she's violated. I need you up here, Montana, because I really kind of want to know what you meant by that. But if you can't, I get it. And if you don't feel like it, I get that. And also, thank you for following the magazine. Oh, that means everything to me. I appreciate it. And then where else are we? Okay. So I don't know. I think that women's also okay, got you. And I also feel like women are a bit more sensitive than men. There's some sensitive men that are strong men, right? Are sensitive. But I think that women get in their feelings. Like you spending all this time with me. I can't imagine being in a relationship where he's buying me Birkin bags. He's getting my hair done every week. He's getting my nails done. He's taking me on yachts. He's taking me on lavish vacations. And we're doing this pretty often. And when we go, we're staying a week or two at a time, a month at a time. You taking me on red carpets. And then all of a sudden you telling me, I'm not going to be with you tonight because I'm going to be over here with this other girl. Like eventually, don't you know that people's feelings will get involved? And then now it's a problem. Even like Diddy told Jane Doe, I have other women. She was with it at first, but her feelings got involved. And so now it's a problem. She's jealous of Cassie. She's jealous of Young Miami or whatever, right? So can you imagine being in that relationship and really just staying focused on the fact that really this is my sugar daddy, and his benefits is I get to have s with him, extra relationships with him, right? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand this life. I guess it's not for me to understand. I don't know. But I do feel like women are a little bit more emotional, like you said. Montana, if it tonight you didn't feel like it, I understand.
Oh no, I was in the chat because I don't want what happened last night to happen. Because last night I
Oh,
couldn't get him because I was on the panel, so I was like, dang, I'm gonna secure the chat tonight.
yeah, and I feel like that's it don't happen often. So, but yeah, that it was cool. We good. Thank you though. I appreciate you. So,
Yeah.
anyway, you guys, let's take just a second to remind everybody to hit the like button. Thank you guys for being here. I haven't seen y'all in a long time. Some of you guys in a long time. Thank you for coming back over here and kicking it with us. It's all good vibes over here. Hit the like button. It keeps us in the algorithm. Listen, we're over halfway to 10K. We're over that. So we're headed there. And I appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you guys. So back to Shannon and his shenanigans. She said, APZ said, oh, I do remember you so well. A woman touched Kevin Gates at Montana. A woman touched Kevin Gates, Montana, and he kicked her in the face. A lot of people felt like he was wrong, but no, she was wrong too, as 2 left feet for touching him. Oh, he kicked her in the
But
face.
but what I'm saying is,
I'm sorry. Go
but what I'm saying is, he never sue her for that. What I'm saying is, you got a lot of women. Like it very seldom happen, but you got women that do sexually assault men, but men don't never say anything. Because 9 times out of 10, that's what he wanted any dang on way. He was just waiting on you.
ahead.
But with a woman, if you touch a woman, sexual assault a woman, or touch her without her permission, she gonna scream on you.
Hey, APZ, did she touch him inappropriately or was just touching for him while he was performing? So was it an inappropriate touch and he kicked her? Because I feel like on stage, like a lot of them come near, but they don't want to be touched. They're performing, right? So I mean, how was it? But if he kicked her, probably inappropriate. It's
But you
crazy.
got but you got all these women get the lip ejections and all this other stuff. Because you got some men that have fetish for women with big lips. You got some, what I'm saying? You got all these surgeries, these women getting all these surgeries that different men fetish about, and it make men more vulnerable. Like, dog, she got a big butt. I want to see what that's about. I'm curious.
The curiosity kills the cat, man. I'm telling you,
Or
that's
or or
go
she
ahead.
got her top set of racks done. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what that's about.
Uh-huh. And that gets them in trouble. It does.
Yeah.
They want to know, and so they go for it. And then something happens, and you find yourself in court. One something will happen, or they're tired of being in it, and they want to figure a way out, but they know you got money, right? So that you find yourself in court. Do you think that the Shannon Sharpe podcast is carrying him enough to? Let me back up. Do we think that ESPN cutting ties with him really puts a dent in his pocket?
Yeah. I
I,
knew that was gonna happen. I seen that coming a mile away. You remember I told you that a couple of weeks ago when you talked about it. I said him and his lawyer. I said in the comments tonight. I said him and his lawyer had stupid written on their forehead because as an attorney, if somebody got sexual assault lawsuit against you, and you trying to settle just to get this behind you, that is kind of a form of guilt. Because at the end of the day, if I ain't touch you or did nothing to you, I ain't paying you nothing. We going to trial. And
that's
you
why
and you
that's what I say about Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z is like, no, I'm taking her to court. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it. And this is also, even if you felt Jay-Z was wrong about some things, he's still fighting it. And somehow they're throwing that mess out.
yeah. And,
I'm sure that something will catch up with him if he's been in the wrong.
and
But
then
so
ano-
He's been fighting the heck out of it
And
and
then
winning.
another thing is, then you settle for 50 million. I don't even care how much money I got. 50 million, it's a lot of money to somebody.
Yes, it is. It is.
I ain't coming
To
off no 50 million if I know I ain't did nothing.
that's me, like, but that's why you stay away. He could have won if he went to trial. Are we still talking about Shannon Sharpe, Bad Bunny? Because that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that he was going to, like, he was like, no, I'm not doing this. We'll see about that. I'm going to fight this tooth and nail because I'm not guilty. Like, she wrong for that. This was consensual. Yes, she was young, but it was consensual. And
And then the thing,
here's, go ahead.
oh my bad. Go ahead.
It's okay. I was just gonna say, yeah, and it was a role play. And then when he do go to fight it, here are the receipts and my evidence of how I'm not liable to pay her no $50 million. Here is why, because this, and this. We both was doing role play. She called me. Here's the conversation we had that she wanted to do this. Like, I didn't force her into do. Like, if you're gonna do it, you better have your back, because that's what they're coming for. They see dollar signs. Especially the younger they are, the prettier they are. Be careful. And that's all Monique was saying, man. Listen, go get you an old grandma that's mopping the floor and cooking dinner for you when you come to the house. You'll be better off doing that. But that's not fun, right? That's not fun to them.
And
I want to.
ESPN had proper cause to fire him because they feel like that was a mission of guilt.
Yeah.
Because you got a person that could commit a criminal crime, and he feel that he's innocent. He going to trial. He ain't about to settle for no plea deal if he know he innocent. That's the same thing with me. I don't care if I was a billionaire. I ain't coming off no million if I know I ain't did nothing.
That's right. That's right. Sorry, y'all. They texting.
That's one
But
heck. That's one heck of a stigma to get off your shoulder to be somebody that had that type of name on you that you sexually assault somebody.
yeah.
That's embarrassing.
And this wasn't something that this 20, I mean, he settled pretty quickly too. Maybe not overnight, but he settled pretty quickly. Like, he didn't have I mean, he didn't take a lot of time to think about it. He was like, how do I settle it? What amount? It seemed like he was negotiating that, opposed to what I was thinking, fighting it, and I'm going to make sure that y'all know that I didn't do this stuff. So anyway, um
But that's why I say it got to be something. It's something else, or they have something on him. Because remember the court date, Busby didn't show up. Busby and the girl didn't show up. So they thought that they were going to get it. They thought it was just going to be over because they didn't show up. And then you hear that he settled with them.
yep. They knew he was getting ready to settle with them. They didn't have to show up. It was over. Here's
Right.
my thing. Why didn't he even go to court knowing he was going to settle it? Just forget it. I'll take care of this. Or maybe it was necessary that he had to go. But welcome, T Love. Thank you for being here. She said Shay is sick. Shay is sick. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and become a member for our exclusive rooms. She
Hey Harlem,
said,
did you? Go ahead.
I was just going to read her stuff. 19-year-old plays Shannon sick as ESPN did right. So she feel like he should have lost the contract with ESPN.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
ask Harlem. I was gonna ask Harlem, the girl who got the settlement money from Shannon Sharp. I was gonna ask Harlem, did she see where the girl spent some of her money on? Because I know Harlem following her.
Will you stop?
I wasn't
I'm
expecting
not.
that. I should have known,
I'm not,
Harlem.
I'm not following her.
I should
She
have
said
known.
that she said she was able to retire from OnlyFans though. So
Yeah, she did say that. She was making money on OnlyFans too. Like, she was making money. For me, I'm just like, listen, you knew you were consenting to it as well. I don't know how. I just ain't gonna say that either because I would say just walk away and just go do you. Ain't gonna happen though. As long as you these multi-millionaire, billionaire people and you're doing these things, this is the type of outcome you're gonna have. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Montana. I thought he was really gonna ask you a real question, right? This is what I was gonna say to Harlem. I should have known. Get off my girl. We need Harlem to follow these people. We need her to know, right?
I
Stop
ain't gonna
it.
lie, Harlem be coming with it now. Harlem be teaching me some stuff.
I'm telling you, she be
Yeah, you got to be nosy.
yeah, that's what we are over here. We nosy. And we want to know. Um, just a second, it's my daughter. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, so she said, yes, Shannon should have loved. She's what she say? Come on, pop up. Okay. She said, yes, Shannon should have lost his job. Yeah, I mean, and he did. So my thing is, and then but you answered it. Montana. You feel like that ESPN loss was a dent in his pocket. That's a lot. That's a bag. ESPN is a bag. Shannon and some of these celebrities was an ordinary Joe off the streets messing with a young chick and decided they no longer want to. The female would cut her losses. Yeah, there wouldn't be none to take him to court for.
And one thing I respect about him was he was one of the he came from a small HBCU, Savannah State University, when it was a nobody and ended up making it to the NFL. That was during the times that really HBCU football players wasn't really being looked at or paid attention to in the NFL to be drafted.
Mm, okay, I was making sure I was caught up on the chat. If you are in the chat, or you watching it, or you in the bushes, whatever, hey, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. Let's keep it respectful. The link is in the chat. Anybody's welcome to come up respectfully and get in on this conversation, which is a good conversation tonight. I knew we would spend a little time on Shannon Sharpe because it's just a lot about him that I'm not happy with him. Whether I know you could care less about that, but I'm just not happy the way that he did not fight for it. But it has to be a reason why he didn't fight tooth and nail for this.
And I actually liked it. Like I said, I just don't like how he handled that.
Yeah, I like him.
Between him and Stephen A. Smith, they always kept it real now.
And people don't like Stephen A. Smith, but I like his commentary. He keep it real. He just say what it is, what he feeling. She said,
Right.
Yeah, I like Stephen A. Smith too.
Yeah, I do. I like listening to him. She said or Bad Bunny said now Busby is buying a new suit with Shannon's money. Pretty much. Everybody eating off Shannon for his decisions that he make in women. I mean, it don't even have to be a 55-year-old woman. It don't even have to be, get you a mid 40, 40, 35, 40-year-old woman, 20, 21, 22. He didn't fight because he was guilty. That's the bottom line, T-Love. That's the bottom line, is that it had to be something. That's why I keep saying it had to be something that caused him to settle. And that's what the overall question was for me, is like a lot of these celebrities are really advised to settle so that it doesn't keep following them and they don't keep interfering with their money and their other business and partnerships and stuff that they get. But then, like Montana said, but yeah, I get that. But if I'm not guilty, I'm going to fight it. Don't tell me not to fight it and just to go ahead and settle it. For one, it makes me look guilty. For two, I know I didn't do it. I'm just giving away money just because. Like, I think I could take that 50 million that I'm gonna give somebody and invest it and let it grow somewhere. If I'm right.
And
if
as
I
you
didn't do
And as you put it that way, all that money he got 9 times 10, he paid top dollar for his lawyers. So for his lawyers probably not to fight it, that girl probably had recordings and everything of the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
You heard me?
Mm-hmm. T Love said free Diddy. So free Diddy Tory. Diddy might be free here pretty quick. For a minute at least. So yeah, so that's Shannon Sharpe again. We're gonna continue to, follow Free Puff and Tone and Tory. Is that what she's saying? Tory Lanez. Is that right?
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah. Um, and see, what the 411 is with that. She said, these females getting on my nerves, and the men too, for being so stupid and vulnerable. And they are. It's just like, because you have money and you have this people around you give you this sense of power that you can't be touched. But to be honest, it's happened for so long that, and they haven't been able to be touched, right? That now it's catching up with them. Your power and your money ain't helping you now. Like, it just ain't working anymore. So you just got to be careful how you're moving and shaking around here. All right, so let's move on to. I want to move on to Christian's Christian Combs lawsuit on the yacht. If I'm not mistaken, right? Hey, Phases, can you point at Harlem, New York? Can you point at Harlem, New York in the right? Can you point Harlem in the right direction so she can go and start her journalism and news reporter career? We would love to see her national. Hey, listen, if I ever be able to point her in the right way, heck yeah. I'm just saying, when you do share a little of that content with me, the breaking news, we can break it together.
But we got to teach Harlem how to pronounce certain words because she'll go out there and embarrass the whole state of Harlem, the whole state of New York.
I pronounce words perfectly well.
Okay, so let me get Christian up here. I know that it was sent to me. Um, mm, mm, mm,
Beauty will be
mm.
her co-host.
Me?
He said Beauty will be my co-host.
Beauty. So not that one, this one.
Beauty not going to be a co-host. She'll stay in the chat or whatever to keep things functioning properly.
Yeah, she'll be watching your back. Yeah, she'll stay watch your back. So exclusive Diddy Christian Combs try to end alleged assault case. Christian Combs and his father Diddy say California law does not apply to events at sea. What? Tell me about that. Tell me more. Help me. Does anybody know about that? Nobody?
They
They're
saying
saying
that the laws in California don't apply to anything that may have happened out on the
on.
water.
I wasn't expecting to open it. I didn't get to open it till now. I didn't know that. I would have got more of. I need Simone. Where you at, Simone? Please come. Please come and help us.
But the link that I sent you, if you should be able to click it where it has more, where they put just like a little
Okay, let me look.
synopsis.
Let me look. Go back. So get the link. Okay. And then it didn't give me more.
No?
No, I'm looking right now. Usually I can click it and it'll give me more. The now rapper and he's making headlines lately. Nope. That ain't it. It didn't give it to me. Can you open it and give it to us?
Yeah, I'll tell you. This is from allhiphop.com.
Okay.
Christian and his father, they say Diddy, I call him Puff, are attempting to shut down actual assault lawsuit by arguing the alleged incident happened too far from California for the state's laws to apply. In a motion filed in federal court, attorneys for both men are asking a judge to toss out the case brought by yacht stewardess Grace Omar. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but
Yes.
I'll say Grace, who
Uh-huh.
claims Christian Combs assaulted her aboard a luxury vessel in international waters near the U.S. Virgin Islands in December of 2022. The defense hinges not on denying the allegations, but on jurisdictional technicalities.
I'm gonna say this right now. So you're telling me that you can be out celebrating on a yacht and anything goes and can't nothing nobody can do about it. Is that what we're
Oh yeah,
saying?
talking about on the ocean, yeah, yeah, on the ocean, but on the lake, yeah, they can, but on the ocean, no, ain't no laws on the low on the ocean.
So you can trick somebody out on a yacht on the ocean, and
Yeah,
you can have your way with them, and ain't
yeah,
nothing you can do about it.
yeah, but if you on a lake, then yeah, if you on a lake, then no.
But they're not even arguing that they didn't do it. They're
Right.
arguing to the fact that it's the jurisdiction.
That's what is so scandalous about it. It's not. I first of all, I did not do this, and then second of all, that right? They ain't even. I didn't see. I didn't hear you say that nowhere in there that he didn't do it. It's just that I did it, but I was out on the ocean. What? It gets weird, more weird, man. I don't like it. Don't go on a yacht with nobody that you don't trust. You out there working. That's not right. It's got to be something more to that. You can't just go on the ocean. So if I go on a cruise and something happens to me, somebody violates me that I wasn't even expecting, right? Something happened. Nothing, ain't nothing I can do about it. It's,
Hey, Google it
I'm
Which
about
you
to.
want us to Google?
I'm
about
about
the,
to.
about the ocean, cause but I just think that's in certain areas though.
Because he's in the state of California, right?
But just like I said, I've heard of that before. I've been hearing that years ago. That's why, like, when you on the lake drinking on a boat, they can get you for DUI. But if you on the ocean, they can't do nothing to you.
I'm gonna find out, and I'm gonna call a lawyer. I'm gonna call somebody. Gotta tell me. I just want to understand that because it's got to be more to it than just if you on the ocean, I can just have my way. Like there has to be some kind of protection wherever you are. Like
Cause
right,
it's still owned by the government. You're right.
right. Like even that boat. Like somebody got to be responsible for that. There got to be like women got to be able to come to a place and be able to be protected from somebody that would possibly violate her or that violates her. You guys keep the conversation going. I got to hand my daughter something.
Ah, okay.
Cause I think the U.S. Coast Guard should be able to have jurisdiction, ain't it?
So I Googled it. I Googled who has jurisdiction over crimes in international waters. It says it's primarily determined by the flag state of the vessel where the crime occurred.
So let's
This
say
means
this.
the
So
this
say
means
so.
the country where the ship is registered and flies its flag has the authority to investigate.
Just Google the Atlantic Ocean since we're on
Let's
the East
see.
Coast. Cause I've heard that years ago. That's why you don't really. That's why you could be on a boat on the ocean and drink, and you can't. They can't do that to you. But on the lake, they can charge you for open container and all. Cause on the lake, you got on the lake, you got the game wardens, the Department of Natural Resources. They control the lakes, and they
Yeah, but
go,
Jurisdiction over crimes in the Atlantic Ocean depends heavily on the specific location where the crime occurs,
like,
based on established principles of international maritime law.
so that means California is the only one then,
Right. So, how are they saying that
or
it's
the
not?
or it could be, or you could Google Louisiana too with the Gulf of Mexico.
But wait, if it's California, you said the Atlantic Ocean, isn't California? Wouldn't that be the
No, the no
Pacific?
the no the Pacific Ocean's in California. I was saying for Atlantic, like if that goes down here, since he was in from New York. New York is the Pacific. I mean, it's the Atlantic because it's on the East Coast.
Yeah. And then California would be the Pacific
Pacific.
because that's where they are.
yeah.
So let me see if it's the same thing.
See if that's the same thing, because that's boggling me. That's mind-boggling. So while she's looking that up, is that saying that she just had this girl has no fight in the world for being violated? If we looking at the California state law, or is there something? I mean, there got to be something.
Was
Something
it
she,
because the U.S. Coast Guard should have custody? Should have.
right? So I'm thinking because there's got to be something that protects. Like she's going on there. She went on there to go to work to do a job.
But they'll get your behind if you got drugs coming across that mug.
Heck yeah! How about that?
So it says jurisdiction over crimes committed in the Pacific Ocean depends heavily on the specific location where the crime takes place, particularly in relation to a nation's territorial waters. And then for territorial waters down here, it says the coastal states have full sovereignty and jurisdiction over their territorial waters.
It depends on how many miles out in the water too.
Now, see, I didn't do that.
Because if you go at least 60 miles out or 80 miles out in the ocean,
Yeah, territorial waters is saying extending up to 12 nautical miles from
yeah,
their baseline.
Oh, so the further you go,
the more you freely.
right, to do whatever.
Hmm.
Because I was about to say, because some of them waters still belong to the city because it's still, you know what I'm saying? There's
Hmm.
certain miles of the ocean still belong to the city.
I was trying to read too and see. Yeah.
But it's just, they not even saying, oh, I ain't do it. Oh, because it happened out in the water, y'all can't follow California's rules. They not even saying they didn't do it.
Yeah, so I guess they passed that 12-mile mark in the ocean.
God, that's just crazy to me. Hey, Two Cash, welcome back. Yeah, that's crazy to me. So basically, they've said it. There you have it. We're going to go out here and we're going to have our lawyers to fight that we were not, that due to California laws, no, there's nothing that can be done. Let us alone. Leave us alone.
Hey, Bad Bunny put that comment right
Where's
there, right there. No, I'm talking about Bad Bunny with that comment right there. Hey, don't give these people no ideas. Because a lot of
Hmm.
people ain't knew that.
which one?
The one that's on the screen.
You
Oh,
have on the screen.
oh, okay, okay. Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
crazy. Now that's crazy. So I guess maybe they were saying he need to be getting a lawyer. He ain't trying, so he can fight his case. Maybe that's why he took his time, doing whatever because they knew that that was going to be what it was. I don't know, but we're going to continue to follow this and monitor it really close because I'd be interested in knowing how the accuser or the alleged victim, how this is going to come and play out for her. Because if you read according to what we're reading and according to what we're hearing, like there's no fight in the world for her, like because of the California freaking law that says anybody can do anything. If you go out far enough, anything goes.
Basically.
Yeah, that's jacked up.
Hey, just imagine you prosecuting that case, and the defense attorney bring that up and show a law for that, and it just melts your whole case in
And
the
you
middle of the
just
trial.
it's just a wrap.
Yeah,
It seems like though, if she like her attorney should have known that then, right?
you got certain attorneys that don't think that far though. You got certain attorneys that works on a case, but they don't think outside a box. That's what makes certain attorneys better than others. Because you
You're
got
right.
some attorneys that don't miss nothing. They on point with everything.
You're right. Like no,
And you,
like Harlem is with our content. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I ain't gonna get on my homegirl like that.
Yeah. Oh, listen.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's why you got some lawyers that can miss 2 or 3 details out of a case and lose that case just because
Yeah,
of those details they missed.
that's crazy. But you're right. Gotta be very detailed. You gotta look at every angle when you're trying to fight for somebody's life, right? Every angle, every aspect. What is the deal if I'm on a yacht in the water 12 miles out? What is you gotta look at everything.
And then
So
you guys, okay,
I was gonna say, so basically it's almost like he's like, this is no sweat. We done found the law, and because they were saying that Diddy was trying to help him fight this case from behind bars, and I was thinking maybe that's why he wanted to really get out to help his son, but there's other it's a lot.
They got other motives.
I was gonna say there's other things besides that. Yeah, so anyway, moving on to Donald Trump and Diddy, and we can talk a little bit about that. So people are just saying that Donald Trump is really making it. Oh, I'm so sick of these breaks. That Donald Trump is really like throwing these little hints out about strongly thinking about a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell, but yet Diddy as well, because he's trying to get the attention off of him for the things he was tied into with Jeffrey Epstein. What I was saying today is that once the judge makes a decision on his request, if the judge decides to not go along, or if he decides to not grant him release, which I don't think he will at this point, then Donald Trump is going to maybe feel like or use it as an excuse that Diddy's being done wrong. But he's doing this in order to keep all the attention off of him. So at this point, y'all, if the judge was to say that he's going to deny him to get out, to be released before sentencing, do y'all think that he's being done wrong, considering the charges that he was found guilty on? Do y'all feel like he should have let him out when they found him not guilty on the RICO? And now that he's asking again, that he really should just let him out? Or do you feel like, and if he says no, will Donald Trump pardon him? Do you believe that Donald Trump will pardon him?
I've been saying he will. I was saying that when it was before the deliberations.
I feel like if you're gonna do it, just do it. Like,
He want to do it on his own time when he gonna shock the world with it.
because he did say if he felt like he wasn't being treated right, then he probably would, look at that. But if you're gonna do it. But I think that I don't know about Diddy, but I know that I feel like he's gonna do Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't know about the Diddy thing?
Well, it was said that Trump said that if he doesn't get bail this time around, if he's not released, that he allegedly will pardon him.
That Donald, so that's what Donald Trump is, and they're saying that the White House is not. They're not saying anything like, wait, Donald Trump is running the whole show, so I just feel like, why make him sit there any longer? Oh, this was my question, Montana. So if he was to pardon him because maybe the judge denied him, if he was to pardon him, say immediately after this denial, if he was to do that and he pardoned him, would that mean that he could get out and he would have to show up for no more courts? Like it's all over? Does that make sense?
Well, before I answer the question, I just want to take the moment and embrace this moment because I feel honored to be on the panel with Gail King and Laura O'Donnell. Um, but to answer your question, but to answer your question, if he was to get out, he still had to go back for the hearing for the sentence or whatever. But
Even if he's got a full presidential pardon?
yeah, no. If he get a pardon, he don't have to worry about it no more.
That's what I was saying. Like if Donald Trump decided to go ahead because the judge denied him to get out, and so Donald said, okay, you denied him, and I feel like that was wrong. I'm gonna go ahead and grant him this pardon. And so then he gets out before October 3rd. Then October 3rd is off the table too. He don't have to go back for that,
Yeah,
right?
it's off. Yeah, it's off the table.
Okay. You are burnt up, Montana. I just want you to know that. So I wanted to talk about, I don't know if y'all know about Gilbert, I think it's Arenas. Laura, this is her baby daddy, ain't it?
Hey, to give
Yes.
oh yeah, to be correct, I think they would still have to give him something for the pardon
What do you mean?
because he got to show that he was convicted and what he was sentenced to.
He got to do what now?
For them to show that what he was convicted of and was sentenced to, then the pardon.
So he should wait till sentencing
Yeah,
to do the pardon.
yeah, because you got to have that on. You got to have that on record. You don't.
So
You don't
even if,
see.
so even if he gets pardoned, I mean,
Uh
even
huh.
if judge denies him, Donald Trump pardons him before October 3rd, he still has to go back to answer for that on October
I
3rd.
don't. He can't. I don't think he can get a pardon before then.
Oh, okay. I
You
got
got to get it after the conviction and the sentencing.
Gotcha. Okay. I see. That makes more sense, I think. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to talk about, I know Laura and her sister was on Basketball Wives. And I didn't realize that this was her ex and her baby daddy, right? So if you guys don't know, yeah, Montana. Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas arrested on federal indictment over alleged illegal gambling operation. Now, a federal court indictment released on today hits former NBA's All-Star Gilbert Arenas and 7 others with charges for running an illegal gambling operation, which included underground poker games hosted at Arenas' crib in Encino, among other spots. The indictment claims that Arenas and his crew conspired to run an illegal gambling business with evidence collected during a 2022 law enforcement raid at Arenas' home in Encino, where LAPD detectives and federal agents found around 26 players and 12 staff members. Arena was arrested and is currently in federal custody per jail and court records that was obtained by NBC. So either way, he's going home to his home. Bad Bunny. So basically, he's being indicted because he's running so I didn't know, did they run into, I'm kind of confused. Did they kick in his house in 2022 because of the gambling, um, because they were doing the illegal gambling, or did they kick in his house for something else and found the gambling room? Do y'all know?
You
Okay,
don't know Harlem?
so
I
maybe,
don't. I didn't know.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into this. But this is Laura's ex-husband, and he's her baby daddy, and like this is crazy. And they're saying that. Did you see they were saying what's her name turned him in? Uh, I have to find it. Just a second. What's her name? Trump. Oh, look, Trump will decide if he's pardoning Diddy tomorrow if the judge denies him bail. Really? You know who said that, Harlem? Emily. Emily knows everything or whatever. She said Trump is going to make a decision tomorrow. Yes, beauty is me. He's cutting up.
The prosecution, I thought, was supposed to have their response in tomorrow.
So that's what I thought. I thought that they were supposed to have it in and the decision had to be made by tomorrow.
So Trump really said he gonna make a decision tomorrow.
This is what Emily's saying. But she made it just, she is a little sarcastic when it comes to Trump. So that may just have been something she was being sarcastic about, but that's what she said.
Because I ain't never seen nobody get a pardon before.
That if he's denied bail, then he will make a decision if he's going to pardon him. We'll see. But I'm gonna dig a little bit more into oh gosh, where did he go? A little bit more into Gilbert Arenas. He has been indicted for running this, but there's going to be a lot of co-conspirators. There was about 5 people, I think, that were involved that should be arrested as well. And so this should be pretty interesting. We're going to continue to follow that and see what's going on deeper about that, because I want to know, did something happen prior to that, or was the whole reason for kicking the house in was because of the gambling? Trump needs to constantly let me put this up here. Bad Bunny said that Trump needs to constantly distract us. This way we forget about Epstein. Exactly. That's why he's throwing these bits and pieces out to kind of steer people's direction another way so that we can just forget about what happened at Jeffrey Epstein. Did y'all see where the young lady said that Jeffrey Epstein stole her from Mar-a-Lago? She was working. She was an employee there. Donald Trump then comes back and confirms, oh yeah, he stole her, and I told him to never come around here again. Why didn't you call the police if he stole her from your place of business? Because he's not here to defend himself on it or to say, yeah, but you was part of telling me who was working there so I could come get him, allegedly. Like, he's not here to defend himself. So Trump is throwing that out. Everything that comes up against Jeffrey Epstein, he's removing himself so far or putting all the blame on Epstein. But he said, yeah, I believe she was working there when she was taken from Mar-a-Lago.
But that's what he's supposed to do, because the dead man can't talk.
He can't talk. So he's making himself look like he's innocent. But the videos, the files, and all that, if they would release that stuff, it's on there. And that's why that's why he wants to cause a distraction. He wants to throw all these pardons out here and everything that Jeffrey did. Yeah, Jeffrey did that. He was guilty. What about you? What did you do? DL Hughley says that Hulk Hogan's daughter refused inheritance and skipped the funeral over racist comments. What was the racist comments? Let's talk about it. Didn't somebody on here say they loved Hulk Hogan?
I don't think nobody said that.
It was said that Hulk Hogan was a racist.
He was. That's why you ain't saw him at all Trump rallies saying all that stuff.
Yeah, so that's why the daughter didn't want to have nothing to do with the inheritance or with him, with anything, the service or nothing.
According to Hughley, Hogan's daughter was deeply hurt by racially charged remarks the wrestling icon allegedly made about her dating a black man. Remarks she now reportedly labels him as a racist. All of us are remembered, but not only the good we did, but the bad as well. And what you hope is that you've done enough good that it counteracts the other. To illustrate his point, Hughley drew comparisons to the deaths of public figures like John Lennon, Michael Jackson, and Kobe Bryant, pointing out how public memory is often shaped by the last thing that happened. Well, just like with Malcolm, like there was no bad, haven't heard nobody say nothing bad about him at all. And he
I'm
said that the memory is often shaped by the last thing that happened. You can rest in peace to some, but not to all. So dang, Hulk Hogan. He passed away. He has run his race. Hugo began in a candid commentary. So nothing that we can say, we in the land of the living can say, can hurt him anymore. But it certainly can hurt his family. Wow, I didn't know she dated black people. I didn't even know he had a daughter. I didn't follow him like that. I don't be knowing nothing but nothing about nothing. I don't be knowing nothing about nothing. Y'all news be news to me.
Only thing I remember about him is that little raggedy mustache.
Yep, I remember what he looked like. I know his name being thrown around, but don't know nothing about him. But it's sad whenever your own child, like she don't want none of his money. She don't want nothing to do with him. She ain't go to the funeral. She none of that. That's sad.
Yeah, and he wasn't married. I think him and his wife had divorced. So she's his next of kin that would be getting anything.
And does she have any? Like, are there any siblings?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So the real Mary J. Blige, people don't betray you. People don't betray you out of forgetting or confusion. They do it because they've chose their own desires over yours. They chose their comfort over your pain. But the weight of their deceitfulness will crush them in ways they never saw coming. Uh-oh, Misa. The Mary has spoken. Megyn Kelly says Trump should not pardon Diddy. He's a Trump hater. He's a woman abuser. Trump should not pardon Diddy. He doesn't deserve it. He's a Trump hater. He's a woman abuser. MAGA is already upset over elites seeming to cover up for each other. This would not help. GOP is struggling with young female voters, most of whom will hate a Diddy pardon. But y'all wanted him in office. They wanted him there. Y'all got what you wanted.
And who wrote that?
Her name is Megyn Kelly. And Megyn Kelly is, wasn't she his something in the White House?
That's why.
Yeah,
He said White House. That was all he said.
yeah, and so she's a MAGA. She's a Trump supporter. And she's saying that that it would be bad on him if he pardoned Diddy because Diddy is a Trump hater. Diddy hates Trump. And Diddy is a woman abuser, is what she's saying.
Well, if he do that, he'll be a Trump lover.
Oh, Shannon Sharpe. Y'all want to hear Shannon Sharpe? Shannon Sharpe addresses his separation from ESPN following sexual assault essay. Here we go, y'all.
I wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I said this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, "Bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your love you regardless." We all make mistakes. We all, and he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. Started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week. And really, the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this would, I said, this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, you know, it didn't happen that way. And so as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. We've all, and he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. Started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news.
Okay, so that's it. That was just a
Now you about to be growing on the couch now.
Yeah, so basically, he didn't really address it for me. Like, not right then. He just was addressing that he learned about it earlier in the week. So he didn't find out when we found out, but he wanted to wait till Monday because his brother's going to the Hall of Fame. But he didn't really.
But he admitted to guilt.
So
he apologized for his mistake.
Yeah, we all make mistakes, right? I'm sorry that it had to happen when it was your turn to shine. But if they come out before my brother is going to overshine, power over whatever, shadow it, and it will, and it did. But he didn't say. He still didn't address it. I'm sure he will possibly, but he didn't address it enough for me just then. I thought we was going to really hear, him address it. But that's what he's saying right now. He's basically focusing on the fact that he did hear about it. It has happened, but right now it's about my brother. So more to come on that. Anything else y'all got tonight, you guys? We've been out here about an hour and a half now. Anything else we got before we get out of here? This was a good conversation. Again, I appreciate everybody being out here. The supporters don't care as long as he keeps the deportation flowing. Wow, yeah. Anything else? I think that's all I have tonight for now. We'll be back again tomorrow later. Tomorrow.
No, I didn't have anything else.
Was it anything that you sent me that I should have tried to upload and show? When was it today? Oh, come up here and ask your question. What's the question? You want to come up here? You want to hit the link? Because you're more than welcome. You got a question, we have an answer. Maybe. Let me see what Beauty is Me says. Carlos King will be interviewing Chantel. Oh, I'm all over it. And then we're going to talk about it, Beauty. Beauty, you coming up on this panel. You don't have to turn your camera on. But I got to hear that. I want to hear what she has to say. Because Jackie Christie said she wasn't going to talk about it. If it has anything to do with Shannon, I'm not talking about it. Basically, that's our family stuff. I'm not talking about it.
Beauty.
I think Chantel gonna get up there, and it's gonna be all at 10 o'clock. I'm on it. It's gonna be all Jackie's fault, all Jackie did to her, all her life growing up. She's not gonna take any accountability, and maybe she will, because she did cry a little bit and said that she just hated the fact that it was the person that brought her into this world that she will probably never have any contact with again. So, but here's the question. I want to respect your page. So do you still, you could ask that question. because of having you moved on from that clinic. Yeah. So what? So basically, if there's any breaking news about him, we've talked about him on this channel. If there's anything breaking or any updated information, like he had gotten food poisoning, he's in the shoe or whatever. So we kind of talk about stuff, but that's not our focus. Absolutely not our focus. So it's okay. It's okay to
hit the link, APZ and Beauty.
but
Act like some.
You gotta know Carlos is friends with Jackie in her real life. Yeah, so I'm wondering. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. I want to see. What was you saying, Montana?
I would tell her ABC to hit the link, and then I would tell her Beauty if she act like somebody tomorrow, I'll tell her phone to give her permission to hit the link.
What do you mean?
Because you remember yesterday she was trying to come up and her phone wouldn't give her permission.
Oh yeah.
So I'll tell her phone to give her permission to come up.
You gonna tell her phone to give her permission?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it was okay, ABZ. You can ask me, and that's fine. Because we do. If we see some headlines, we talking about it over here. But we're talking about it respectfully, So yeah. Anything else? Anybody else got? We timing you out, Montana. Uh-oh. You in trouble, Montana. Oh, she said next time she'll come up. Her husband is sleeping right now. Okay.
I'm sorry, APZ.
Cool. All right, y'all. Well, again, thank y'all so much for coming on. I really enjoyed y'all. I always enjoy being here. We're gonna gather some new information tomorrow from somewhere, somehow. Harlem got our back, and I'll be digging. So we'll be coming back tomorrow. It'll be like 8:45 tomorrow. Because I do have one more interview on Instagram really quick, and then we'll be back over here tomorrow. So, and then Friday we're gonna party like it's 1999 on any topic y'all want to talk about. I was on time tonight. Yay, Beauty was on time. She made it. My mod made it on time. Yay. All right, y'all. Harlem, thank you for everything. Montana, of course, thank you for everything. All of my subscribers, thank y'all so much.
You're welcome.
And we'll see y'all right back here tomorrow. Y'all have a
Good night. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.